Hello, my name is Rhino, Red Pill Rhino. You may know me from such things as Jimmy's Waffle World, the Cougar Academy, and Bing Bong McFisty's Asian Massage Parlor Supply House and Emporium. Today I want to talk about something truly near and dear to my heart, Brontosaurus. You know, it wasn't that long ago that I was denying the Brontosaurus even existed. Yes, I know it's true, and I know I was wrong, but let me explain. You see, it wasn't until Billy Von Baum showed me a study that I realized the errors of my ways. He showed me the light and had me read this study published by highly educated paleontologists, people with far greater knowledge than I'd ever hoped to have on the subject of dinosaurs. I fully admit I am not an expert paleontologist. That's just the facts, Jack. I was so impressed with this study that I must share it with you now. The problems start with the original Brontosaurus holotype. That's what they call the fossil that gets named, and to which every other fossil is compared. The Brontosaurus holotype was found in Montana in 1877 during a period of fierce, unwieldy fossil hunting known as the Bone Wars, where the prestige of naming a new dinosaur often trumped scientific scruples. The dino's discoverer was notable rapscallion Othniel Charles Marsh, the leading paleontologist at Yale. He named the remarkably complete fossil of Brontosaurus excelsus after declaring it to be a new species. But in 1903, paleontologists decided that this naming had been hasty. Marsh's finding, they said, seemed to be little more than a smaller version of another closely related dinosaur called Apatosaurus. They declared the name invalid, and that's been generally agreed upon up until today, even if the public loves the name Brontosaurus. Later in the 20th century, the case against the thunder lizard got even stronger. Remember what we said about scientific scruples? Paleontologists who went back to the original find in the 1970s uncovered this eyebrow-raising fact. Marsh's original finding was actually a mishmash of two completely different dinosaurs from two entirely different quarries. The skull was taken from one, now known to be the skull of Camarasaurus, and just plopped onto the skeleton from another. With that kind of skullduggery around the supposed skull and bones of Brontosaurus, the name seemed an unlikely candidate for a scientific renaissance. Yet a team of paleontologists led by Emmanuel Chop at the New University of Lisbon in Portugal completed a massive computer analysis of fossils in a group of dinosaurs called Diplodocids that includes old thunder lizard. And to their surprise, they say they found that Brontosaurus really is in its own group. Its fossils share distinct, incomparable bone features, enough for it to reclaim its iconic genus name. First, he and his colleagues Octavio Mateus and Roger Benson collected a major trove of fossil data on almost all the known Diplodocid fossils. This group includes Apatosaurus and most of the other long-necked, long-tailed dinosaurs, though not creatures like Brachiosaurus that have larger front legs than back, or massive titanosaurs like Dreadnoughtus. The scientists then ran the data through statistical programs which grouped the dino fossils based on their various bone peculiarities. For the most part, the computer groups matched how paleontologists currently view the evolutionary tree of these dinosaurs. This convinced the team they were on the right track, says Chop. But it led them to a few surprises, including Brontosaurus. According to Chop, there are 7 specific bone differences that make the body of the original Brontosaurus its own species and genus, not just some other big dino that's been mislabeled. Most of are rather subtle, including facts like this. The tail vertebrae in dinosaurs related to Brontosaurus have spiny prominences called neural spines, he says. And for most of these dinosaurs, these spines project kind of backwards, but in Brontosaurus, they're more straight up. Brontosaurus's hips are unusual, with 2 bones, the ilium and pubis, meeting a curious junction. And its lower leg fibula meets its ankle bones in an equally unusual manner. Like we said, we're talking about subtle differences, but these are the differences that make a species. The algorithms Chop used to do this research aren't too complex. The scientists could only do this research now because we've only just now found enough fairly complete skeletons of these enormous dinosaurs that paleontologists can establish a general backbone to compare the rest against, he says. This team has pretty much put the thunder back in dinosaur, he says, and that's a big deal. So there you have it. The Brontosaurus is real. I can't believe I ever denied it. I want to make a heartfelt apology to Billy Von Baum forever. Let me repeat, ever questioning the existence of Brontosaurus. I will never question anything he ever says ever again. I am humbled by his superior knowledge on the subject of Brontosaurus, which again are in fact real. This has been Red Pill Rhino affirming to you, the audience, the people of Earth, Billy, and to myself, that brontosaurus have existed on this planet. Thank you and good night.